We are live on location after the Prep Boys Basketball Spirit Night. Mr. Tredway, the athletic director of Ridley College, is joining us. You've obviously been to a lot of Ridley sporting events in your life. Have you ever witnessed an atmosphere like we had tonight?
No, I think that was definitely, but on the decibel scale, that was the loudest ever. The students showed up, added the drums, the atmosphere was electric. I mean, I've been here for a long time, and that's one of the best I've ever seen.
Obviously, it wasn't the final result that Ridley hoped for, but I think everyone's gonna walk away with a moment that they'll remember for a lifetime. What can you say about that end of regulation three-pointer to tie the game?
Yeah, I mean, those are the moments that we remember, right? Those are the things that you're going to sit back and say, yeah, I was there when Anthony did that. And it just builds more momentum for us to do more of these things and for people to gain interest in basketball and to, want to come to these events. Some of us don't have a lot of connection with basketball. This might be the first basketball game some of these guys had ever been to. Imagine that's your first basketball game ever. You're going to come back. And I think those are the types of things we want to continue to build on, and the students are doing an incredible job of building that atmosphere and coming up with new things all the time. It's about community. That's why we do these things, right? It's not so much about the wins and the losses. It's about building community and culture.
Yeah, obviously it was an incredible atmosphere tonight, but the quality of basketball, I think, is what also impressed a lot of people. What can you say about the basketball program that we've built the last couple years and where it's heading this season and beyond?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of stepped out on a limb, right? We went somewhere where no other independent school had gone before. And we're still learning as we go, but I think we have some incredible student athletes here on all of our teams, our under 16 team, our first team, and our prep team, and we're gonna just try to keep getting better. The whole point of this is about developing athletes. That's what we're trying to do, and we're learning more about it every year, and we're just going to continue to get better at it.
So we'll step back a second. Before the game started, the Tigers were playing Selwyn House as a part of our host Case Senior Basketball Tournament.
Yeah.
Can you give the viewers why it's significant to host a tournament like this?
Sure. Yeah, this is the third time actually Ridley's hosted this event. And these national events they're special, right? It's not very often you get to play in a tournament where there are athletes and students from all over the country. This has become a real good one. And I mean, it's significant to communities to be able to welcome other schools on campus. It gives us a sense of pride to be able to show off who we are and what we are and what we believe in and where we're going. So it's great to cycle these through and then to add the atmosphere that the field house has generated all weekend long. That's a special memory for every student that's going to attend these games. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Mr. Tredway. Unless Jared has anything to add. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Tredway, for coming on.
Cheers.
We appreciate your words.
Thank you guys, you're doing great. Great stuff.
Good luck falling asleep tonight.
Awesome.
I just want to end this brief post-game show by thanking the basketball players for putting on such an amazing performance for us tonight. We at the Prefect Report look forward to covering these type of live events, and there's really nothing better than getting to cover an event that was as great as this one from a crowd perspective and from a play perspective. People sometimes complain, Ben, as I'm sure you know, that we cover sports a little too much. Well, this is why we do it, for nights like this, because I think sports brings people together like nothing else can. There were people who don't know what a free throw is, who were losing their minds when that three-pointer went down at the end of regulation. Sports creates a level of excitement that nothing else can. We prefects can do as many staged pep rallies as we want, but nothing is going to create the type of environment that we had at the end of regulation and in overtime tonight. If you didn't like that, I don't know what to tell you. For me, this was certainly one of the best Ridley experiences I've ever had, and I'm guessing Ben feels the same way.
Yeah, I mean, although we came out with a tough result, great game, great atmosphere. It was one of the best athletic atmospheres I've ever been in at a Ridley event. It was just incredible. Who's your star of the game in terms of?
There were so many players who made big plays tonight. Kennan really turned the game around with a three-pointer and then an and one the next offensive possession. I believe it was in the third quarter. Alex Roux, he had to wait for his opportunity, but when it came around in double overtime, he made the most of it. Obviously, Anthony with that incredible three-pointer. I mean, really, you could go through the entire roster and talk about the contributions each player made. It's a shame that the game ended the way it did, but obviously this is one that could have gone either way. And honestly, I would say this is not just one of my favorite Ridley experiences, but one of the best live sporting events that I've been to. It was an honor to be here tonight. It was an honor to cover this. Thanks for watching, everybody, and make sure you keep watching the Prefect Report. We're back on Monday. See you then.